My name's Jared Polin, and I shoot RAW. Jared Polin, Fro Knows Photo.com, and I have a special guest today on RAW vs JPEG Week. It's Ken Rockwell, and he shoots JPEG. So what is this video all about? I have a big list, of the reasons why people shoot JPEG. Or they're more the reasons why they don't shoot RAW. I want to run down them all and answer the RAW question. Why you should be shooting RAW and not shooting JPEG. And I want to start off first by saying that many times when you're afraid of something new, because it's something new and you've never used it before, or you don't know how to use it, you tend to be afraid of using it. I was afraid to shoot Flash. I didn't understand Flash. I didn't understand studio lighting. I didn't do a good job with that back in school. But you know what? I spent the last 10 years learning how to use Flash, do studio lighting. Greg's helped me out tremendously with that. My buddy Richie's helped me out tremendously with that as well. And I've gotten a hell of a lot better. And now that I see how to properly use Flash, I'm not afraid to use it anymore. It was the same story with Lightroom. I was afraid to use Lightroom at the beginning because I just didn't know it yet. Why would I change away from using Photoshop, which was doing a great job for me, for editing my RAW files? But as soon as I got into Lightroom and started to use it and understand it, I saw that it was better. Same thing, Blackrapid Strap. I was against using it when I first saw the thing. I thought it was weird. I don't want to hang a camera by my side. And then I got one and I used it and I was like, wow, this is a lot better than the traditional strap. So I think that is a problem that's going on in digital photography. Actually, I don't even think it's a problem. I think there's a lot of people starting to see the light and just shooting RAW. And I'm going to get into the reasons and go down this list and show why Ken Rockwell is wrong. And I'll preface this with, Ken is a really nice guy. I've had conversations back and forth via email. He's a nice family guy, doing a great job with what he does, but he is not a professional. He is not a professional photographer. He's an engineer. He worked in digital photography, developing the back ends, understanding how to, do the technical aspects. He's not a professional. So we'll get into more of that shortly. So that's my introductory rant into this. I'm going to list the questions and then answer them. I'm not even sure how many videos this is going to be this week for RAW vs JPEG, but it's going to be a lot. So stick around and I will answer the questions. See ya. Jared Polin, Fro Knows Photo.com. And I want to jump right into the list of reasons why people don't shoot RAW. And I have them listed here in no particular order, but I want to shoot this one first. I get it right in the camera. I'm really tired of hearing I get it right in the camera. Do you think because I shoot RAW that I don't get it right in the camera? Or all of you shooters out there that shoot RAW don't get it right in the camera? Photography goes beyond the picture. It's not just pressing a button. There's a lot that has to be done after, and that goes back all the way into the 1930s, or when people started in photography. The people wheeling their wagons with big-ass darkrooms in them shot the picture and then had to get it right in the darkroom. They had to save those images by processing the liquid plates, So let's look at Ansel Adams. Did he get it right in the camera? Yes, in 1930, in his shooting, he would get it right in the camera. But what would he do after that? He'd come back into the darkroom and spend hours getting his image right, tweaking the file. He was tweaking his negatives. How was he doing this? He was dodging, he was burning, he was changing his contrast with contrast filters in the darkroom. And what would he do at the end? He would hit Control S. He would take a copy negative of the final print that worked so that he could make again. I can't think of the word. I don't know why. So he could duplicate that image and all those corrections over and over and over again. He got it right in the camera. He knew what his exposures should be. They were awesome, but he was a master in the darkroom because photography doesn't end when you shoot the picture. That's half the battle. The other half is how you process your file. All right? So You know, to say I get it right in the camera and that's it, you shoot it and you get it done, and you think that's your final image, that's not a reason not to shoot RAW. That's a reason to prove that you're lazy and just close-minded and really not understanding how RAW works. I get it right in the camera, but I spend time tweaking my files. Let's read a quote from Ken Rockwell here. For many hobbyists, tweaking is part of the fun, and I don't want to spoil that. Please don't take it personally that I get my shots right the first time instead of having to tweak them later. Ken Rockwell from his website and his RAW vs JPEG posting. So he's saying that tweaking means you're not really professional. There was one other quote here, I think, from him. Let's see. RAW is for people who don't get perfect exposures. RAW is for people who don't yet get perfect exposures right when they make the image. Ken Rockwell. So right there he's saying if you don't get a perfect exposure, you're just no good. Or if you tweak your files later, your RAW files later, that you're a tweaker. I'm sure that's some British term, like wanker is a bad thing. I'm sure a tweaker is a bad thing too. So that's just, bollocks. It's rubbish to say that I get it right in the camera and you don't get it right, because we spend time tweaking our files to make them really good. So that's part one of this question. I'm getting to part two right now.
My name is Lillian, and I shoot RAW.